Since middle school, I preferred black and white arts over colored arts. The reason was because I thought sketches were good enough. I thought colors do add flavors to the art, but it wasn't mandatory, like pickles in a burger. Burgers with pickles are great, but burger without pickles are still good enough. What? You don't like pickles? Anyways, my point is, I always thought coloring was supplementary until I saw this Instagram artist. Her art was the one of the very few arts where I thought colors did the main role, not the line art. Each color depicted was stating its own mood. Simply, I was astonished by her art. And then she held a private exhibition down in Busan, which was not only a chance to get to see her artwork myself, but also a great opportunity to meet the artist and travel Busan. I love traveling. I wanted to show her my respect to her some way, so I decided to make her a statue based off her Instagram profile pic. So I started modeling the character. I tried the method where I model the character first in T-pose, then rigging it, but it didn't really go well. I was depressed for a while, and without any thoughts, I started sculpting a new model without recording it, because I thought I would trash it anyways. But turns out, it wasn't that bad at all, so sorry if you wanted to know the process. I created this rectangular meshes so that when I print out all parts can be assembled without the use of superglue. I printed the parts, I took off any support residues, sand the part's surface to make it smooth, and afterwards I tried to assemble the parts together, but since the assembly parts were perfectly in size, not only it was hard to actually assemble the parts, it was hard to pull out the parts and end up breaking it. So I used this mechanical grinder to grind out the assembly parts so that it's much easier to put all the pieces into one. For some parts, I used the hair dryers to heat up the part and let it deform so that it matches perfectly into the assembly part. After all the sanding and stuff, I assembled the parts to see how it looked like, and here's a photo of it. Not bad, as I thought. So I started to spray primer all over the parts. Personally, I use Mr. Surfacer 500 and 1000. I mix them with hydrophilic thinner. I spray once with Surfacer, sanded with a hydrating sandpaper. Then I sprayed it once more with 500, followed along with Surfacer 1000. In result, we got a very smooth looking part. Except some parts, yeah, it's really important to sand all the parts thoroughly before applying primer. Yeah. Anyways, now it's the time to make the colors. The base colors that were needed to be made were light yellow, minty blue, and black. Light yellow is just a mixture of white and yellow. Minty blue, I mixed yellow, blue, and a bit more blue. Turned out mint was just green with more blue. And black was just black. While I was painting, I realized that when I apply too much paint on one spot, it becomes a melting ice cream. Yay. Thankfully, it was just the head part which was being a pain in my ass, so I wiped the paint off and started over.
지워져. 처음부터 다시.
I had to apply paint thinly, layer by layer. After applying all the colors, I used a thin brush to color in the rest of the details, and last but not least, I used a reddish orange to add in the blush. And the statue was finally finished. As you can see, there are some flaws. For example, while I was painting the left blush, the airbrush coughed up. I don't know, maybe it had COVID. And now it kinda looks like the statue needs to see a dermatologist. And some part, I wish I had sanded the parts more. For some part, I should have made the line more clear, like the eyes and all, but honestly, I had no time. My bus to Busan was on Sunday, but I started to work on Friday. So yeah, for 3 days of work, I think this turned out alright. Anyways, I packed up the stuff and left for Busan.
갔다 올게.
어제까지 해서 한 3시간 잤나요? 3시간 정도 잤고 아마 버스에서 많이 자지 않을까.
On my way to the bus terminal, I had lunch. This was supposed to be cheese. It doesn't look like cheese, but it is cheese. I practiced some rhythm game skill for a bit and took a 4-hour bus ride to Busan. Great for decubitus ulcer. When I arrived at Busan, I saw the statue of a seagull. Looking at that, I thought, man, foreigner must look at this and be confused, like, what the hell is that? I met my friend at Busan, we walked around the street, we ate this for dinner. Yeah, it's moving. We also got a free fiash. Next morning I ate this, which is a beef-based soup. It was alright. Tuesday was the day we planned to visit the exhibition, so we traveled around Busan on Monday. We visited Gamcheon Culture Village, where refugees used to live during the Korean War. Do you love Gamcheon? Do you love Gamcheon?
Of course,
Do
man.
you know Sai? Do you know Gangnam Style?
No.
We also visited Hinyeol Village, which is a village along the shore. If you like decent view, buying cat stuff, looking at actual cat, taking pictures in artificial background, doing whatever this is. It's an okay place to visit. Though my honest opinion is they have good ice shaving with red beans. Yeah, like it was like really good. Monday night we walked up 168 stairs. 기분이 어때요? Took a look at Busan City at night, and I personally had an emotional moment. On Tuesday, we made our way to the private exhibition. There was a stand of the artist's character. I wonder how much making these cost. And we finally arrived at the exhibition. Every art had a comic strip on the side which described the background of how the painting was created. We were also able to see the idea sketch for each painting, which made us immerse more. It was a phenomenal experience to feel each painting's background and process. And personally, I wanted to hand this statue to the artist myself, but she had the flu, so sadly I didn't get to meet the artist. So instead, I left it on the table. And I also left a note and headed back home. I hoped in my life to do something that will make someone happy, because I strongly believe living needs to leave happiness behind. So I left Busan, hoping the statue made the artist happy in some way, and I will keep on thinking what I can do more to make more people happy. Thank you for watching this video, and I will come back with, I don't know, something.